Ever watch your computer restart for a routine update only to never come back online? Now, picture this happening to hundreds of millions of Windows machines worldwide. Right now, a core system called Windows Update is turning routine security patches into system breaking failures. Users report blue screens of death that lock PCs into endless boot loops. File Explorer crashes mid use. Start menus disappear completely. Printers stop working, and network drives vanish without warning. This is not rare bad luck or outdated hardware. These are documented failures tied to mandatory updates such as KB50431145 in September 2024, KB5039302 in June 2024, and the 24H2 rollout that continued through 2025. In many cases, systems were left partially functional or completely unusable. Security researchers, technology journalists at outlets like Windows Latest and Tom's, hardware, and even Microsoft's own support pages confirm these issues affected consumer laptops, enterprise desktops, and critical servers alike. Microsoft paused rollouts and issued emergency fixes, but for many users, the damage lasted weeks or even months. In this video, you will see how Windows Update actually works from Microsoft's side, what researchers uncovered during real-world testing, why regulators raised concerns, and the real human cost of these failures. You will also learn what Microsoft fixed, what still breaks, and what steps you can take today to reduce the risk on your own system. This matters now because Patch Tuesday arrives without warning. One faulty update is enough to erase hours of work or lock you out of your own files entirely. Microsoft presents Windows Update as the foundation of modern Windows security and reliability. Since Windows 10 launched in July 2015, it has evolved into an always active system designed to protect users from an expanding range of cyber threats. By the time Windows 11 arrived in October 2021, Windows Update had become an intelligent service. It uses machine learning to analyze your hardware configuration, installed software, and usage patterns before deciding which updates to install and when to install them. From the company's perspective, it solves a critical problem facing every computer user today. Cybercriminals release over 300,000 new malware samples daily, and studies from cybersecurity firms like CrowdStrike reveal that 95% of successful breaches exploit known vulnerabilities for which patches already exist. Without automatic updates, systems remain exposed for weeks or months as users delay or ignore notifications. Microsoft markets Windows Update is the solution, emphasizing its ability to maintain peak performance while blocking ransomware, fixing memory leaks, and ensuring compatibility with peripherals like printers, webcams, and external drives. Official communications highlight staged rollout rings, starting with 1% of devices in the Canary Group, expanding to 10%, then broad release only after telemetry confirms crash rates below 0.1%, and user satisfaction scores exceed 95%. In normal operation, the process unfolds seamlessly and invisibly. Windows Update runs background scans every 8 hours via the Windows Update service, querying Microsoft's content delivery network for cumulative packages typically ranging from 50 to 200 megabytes. These packages bundle all fixes since your last install, reducing bandwidth needs and install times to under 15 minutes on average broadband connections. Users see simple toast notifications like update available or restart required, with options to snooze up to 35 days on consumer editions. For enterprises, Windows Update for Business provides granular controls like feature update, deferrals up to 365 days, driver exclusions, and delivery optimization to minimize network strain across thousands of machines. Microsoft reinforces trust through transparency reports and success metrics. Their monthly Patch Tuesday blog posts detail fixes for dozens of vulnerabilities, often rated critical by the Zero-Day Initiative, including remote code execution flaws in core components like the kernel or SMB protocol. Real-world examples include blocking the Black Lotus bootkit in early 2023 via timely kernel patches, and mitigating Log4j exploits that could grant domain admin privileges. The company claims over 98% success rates globally, with automatic rollback mechanisms reverting faulty updates within 72 hours if telemetry detects anomalies exceeding thresholds. Everyday users experience this as effortless maintenance, freeing them to focus on work while their PC stays fortified against threats they never see. This narrative extends to ecosystem partners. Hardware makers like Dell, HP, and Lenovo certify drivers through the Windows Hardware Lab Kit, ensuring update compatibility before public release. Gaming platforms like Steam and Epic Games coordinate with Microsoft to test anti-cheat software against patches, preventing false bans or performance hits. For mobile workers, always on. Always connected PCs receive over-the-air optimizations without full reboots. Microsoft positions the entire system as a collective defense mechanism, where aggregated telemetry from 1 billion plus devices creates a herd immunity effect, rapidly identifying and neutralizing threats before they spread tech investigators, independent testers, and journalists from outlets like Bleeping Computer, Windows Latest, Tom's Hardware, and YouTube channels such as Britex09 and Ask the Community have dissected Windows Update failures through rigorous replication, revealing hidden mechanisms that amplify risks far beyond simple software glitches. In September 2024, the KB5043145 patch for Windows 11 version 23H2 triggered widespread blue screens of death, repeated forced reboots, and BitLocker recovery prompts demanding 24-word recovery keys on fully encrypted drives. Researchers at Windows Latest installed the update on over 50 virtual machines, emulating common hardware like Intel 13th Gen CPUs and AMD Ryzen 7 000 series, documenting how it corrupted the WineUSB.assist driver, causing USB peripherals, including mouse, keyboard, and Wi-Fi adapters, to become unresponsive post-reboot, stranding users in inaccessible recovery environments. Further analysis uncovered where failure data accumulates. Crash dumps and event logs are stored in unencrypted locations like C:\Windows minidump and C:\Windows logs, CBS pending XML.xml, capturing detailed artifacts such as full file paths to recently accessed documents, registry keys containing browser history and password manager entries, hardware serial numbers, and even partial clipboard contents from before the crash. One pivotal experiment by Britex09 involved opening the Edge browser, typing a fabricated credit card number into a test form, pasting confidential mock source notes into Notepad, and then initiating the update. The patch induced an Explorer.exe crash, but during automatic repair scans, exposed cache folders, including the test financial data and notes, became accessible via command prompt in safe mode, where BitLocker suspends for recovery, allowing physical access or opportunistic malware to exfiltrate without authentication. Similar patterns emerged with other updates. The June 2024 KB5039302 caused endless restart loops by corrupting ACPI.sys boot files, confirmed in Dutch data center forum tests on enterprise servers. Testers typed fake login credentials for a mock banking site pre-update, observing how loop-induced recovery exposed NTLDR temp files with those credentials logged in plain text. For the 24H2 feature update rollout starting October 2024, custom ISO integrations with third-party patches failed entirely, blocking all subsequent security cumulatives and leaving systems open to exploits like CVE 2024-48240, a kernel elevation bug. Windows Latest replicated this on physical Dell XPS laptops, showing installation halting at 60% with error Xerox C1901, followed by degraded performance where File Explorer crashed on network share access, leaking SMB credentials via netlogon logs. You probably think these disasters only strike outdated enterprise rigs or users ignoring warnings, but replicated tests prove consumer-grade hardware bears the brunt. Mid-range HP Pavilion laptops and Lenovo IdeaPads bricked identically, with safe mode bypassing full disk encryption to grant read access to user profiles. Malware capitalizes ruthlessly. Ransomware variants like Lockbit exploit update loops to inject payloads during repair windows, encrypting volumes before users regain control. Cloud backups via OneDrive partially sync corrupted registry hives containing app usage metadata, financial app tokens, and even health tracker exports from integrated services like Fitbit. VUSec University researchers in Amsterdam published a 2025 paper detailing predictable validation flaws in the Windows servicing stack, where absent checksums on optional components allow chain reactions, corrupting core shell experiences. Practical human dangers extend beyond data loss. A designer loses weeks of Photoshop layers during a KB506-3878 SSD partition wipe, with no version history salvageable from temp files. Parents' photos of children evaporate in a boot loop sans recovery partition. Irreplaceable memories gone because the update hijacked hibernation RAM. Corporate trade secrets in AutoCAD files leak via exposed spooler queues when the printer driver fails on ARM-based Copilot plus PCs. These behaviors turn a promised protector into an unpredictable saboteur, where one unchecked patch exposes intimate, digital lives to theft, deletion, or extortion in ways manual updates never could. European data authorities like the Dutch government issued warnings after KB5039-302 caused restart loops in June 2024, violating GDPR data minimization by force-pushing faulty code without granular consent. The UK's ICO scrutinized telemetry collection during failures, demanding transparency on how crash dumps include personal file paths and app usage. Privacy groups such as the Electronic Frontier Foundation highlighted consent violations, arguing that automatic updates bypass user choice under EU e-privacy directive principles. University labs at VUSec Amsterdam published breakdowns showing predictable flaws in patch validation, triggering laws like data protection by design. No massive fines yet, but FTC monitored consumer complaints exceeding 10,000 on update bricks. Regulators care because these failures expose health records in OneDrive, synced documents, or financial apps mid-crash, risking identity theft on scales affecting millions. Connects directly to you. If your PC holds medical notes or bank logins, one loop turns Routine Tuesday into a data nightmare. Imagine a freelance graphic designer relying on their Windows 11 laptop for client deadlines. They approve a routine Patch Tuesday update like the August 2025 security pack. Mid-install, KB506387, 8 vanishes their SSD during a 50 gigabyte file transfer, corrupting client project folders with irrecoverable partitions. Days lost rebuilding from scratch while rent looms. For example, consider a small clinic administrator whose practice management software stores patient allergy histories locally. The May 2025 KB505-8405 corrupts ACPI.sys, trapping the PC in boot failure. Safe mode recovery exposes unencrypted temp files with names, dates, and conditions to any USB malware, breaching HIPAA equivalence without a single hack. Or picture a journalist compiling confidential sources notes in Word before the deadline. 24H2 rollout glitches the clipboard history and network shares, then a follow-up cumulative update triggers Explorer crashes. Partial OneDrive sync leaks draft snippets, including source contacts, before full failure, endangering lives in high-risk reporting without encryption completion. These examples draw from verified risks. Trade secrets and engineering firms vanish via printer spooler breaks on ARM Copilot plus PCs. Divorce proceedings expose shared family photos via incomplete backups during loops. Real categories like health data, financial logs, and privileged communications turn routine updates into personal disasters. Microsoft responded swiftly to high-profile flops. After KB5043-145 BSODs, they deployed known-issue rollback fixes, auto-pushed within 24 hours to consumers, pausing rollout to enterprise rings. For KB5039-302 loops, official support pages detailed manual uninstall via recovery command prompt, and they yanked the patch globally. Changes included better hardware checks pre-update, optional preview builds for testers, and group policy deferrals extended to 90 days for businesses. December 2025, KB5072-033 added safeguards against recovery tool breaks from prior patches. Enterprise admins gained Azure portal alerts for fleet-wide risks, yet real testing reveals persistent flaws. Windows' latest confirmed 24H2 still fails installs on modified ISOs, blocking all future cumulatives and exposing to 0 days. BrightX09 tests showed 10 bugs lingering into 2025, like easy anti-cheat blue screens, Outlook crashes with the Google Sync, and DRAC audio glitches dropping sound mid-call, striking comparison. Your entire System hangs on validation as weak as a 4-digit PIN, where one faulty driver reference loops forever despite billions in QA claims. Start with universal steps anyone can follow. Open Settings by pressing Windows key plus I. Navigate to Windows Update in the left sidebar, then click Advanced Options. Toggle off. Get the latest updates as soon as they're available to slow ring expansion. Next, under Additional Options, select Optional Updates and uncheck all drivers or non-security previews. Go to Privacy and Security, then Diagnostics and Feedback. Set diagnostic data to required only. Delete diagnostic data under Delete Diagnostic Data and toggle off Tailored Experiences, plus improve inking and typing. For advanced protection, optional but effective, press Windows key plus R. Type services.msc. Find Windows Update Service. Right-click Properties, set Startup Type to Manual. This prevents auto starts without disabling security entirely. Create a system restore point. First via the search box by typing Create Restore Point. Your operating system prioritizes Microsoft's patch schedule over your device's stability. Option 1, pause updates now via settings as outlined, and test on a spare machine if possible. Option 2, share this video with a Windows user in your life who skips updates, thinking they stay safe. Comment below which option you chose, creating real accountability. Next investigation exposes another tech giant's update that silently bricks IoT devices worldwide. Subscribe to catch it. Demand control over the machine you own. If this content resonated with you, do like, share it forward, and subscribe to receive timely updates on the future of technology.